Hello everybody, welcome to the channel. In today's video we're doing something a little bit different. This isn't really connected to any of the current playthroughs I've got going, although it's only really Valheim that I'm doing currently. But today's video is mostly an announcement, but it is also a small update video for how things have been going over the past few months for the channel, and just to keep you all updated as to what's going to be happening in the future. So, first of all, just want to cover the last few months, or the last couple of months. I'm going to be completely honest with all of you. I want to make sure that that we're on the same level when it comes to what's going on with the channel. I'm going to be honest and tell you that I did lose a lot of motivation a couple of months ago, or about a month ago roughly, and it was a struggle for me to keep plodding along with the work and to keep uploading videos. I was quite happy that I managed to keep at least one video a week coming out, but yeah, I lost a lot of motivation and things weren't going very well. So we kind of took a step back and decided to refocus on what we were doing, and I'm quite happy to announce that I'm back on track now and uploading multiple videos a week for the Valheim playthrough. And I'll give you a brief rundown as to what was going on. So basically, we were plodding along with the Valheim playthrough, and we were doing quite well. Views were kind of dropping off a little bit and stuff like that, but as a small channel I kind of expected to not be shot into stardom by any one particular game. Space Marine 2 came out, and I knew I was going to jump on that very heavily, and I pretty much did. I was really happy with the content I made for it. I quite enjoyed the playthrough. I didn't really do much of the multiplayer because I wasn't enjoying it too much, and I haven't really done much since. But I was really happy with the way it went. It really did well in terms of getting new subscribers and getting quite a lot of views, especially some of the shorts did really, really well, so I was quite happy with that. And after Space Marine 2, after we were finished with that, I kind of carried on with Valheim, and I also started working on a new series, a new playthrough, which was for Aliens Dark Descent, which is kind of an XCOM style Aliens game. It was released a few years ago, so it's not a new game by any stretch, but it didn't do very well. Not many people were very interested in watching it, and yeah, it just wasn't really well received. So I kind of half stopped working on that. I had a whole bunch of content recorded for it, and I just kind of half stopped on that because I then decided to switch my focus onto Call of Duty Black Ops 6 when that first released. Now, I'm in the spirit of being honest and being forthcoming about things like this, I am by no means a fan of the Call of Duty franchise. I did play it many, many decades ago when it first started with Modern Warfare 1 and 2. A friend and I used to play it religiously on Sunday mornings, and we used to love playing the basic quick play modes and stuff like that, and we did enjoy it, but then we kind of stopped and I just never really played it since. I believe I did get into Warzone when that first started as a standalone with a couple of other friends, because we were quite heavy into playing battleground style games. We played a heck of a lot of Apex, we played a bit of Fortnite as well, and we also decided to give Warzone a try, but other than that I haven't really played much in terms of Call of Duty games. But it was around the perfect time that I just half given up on the Aliens gameplay and the playthrough that I was doing, and I was kind of slowing down on the Valheim content as well, because that wasn't really being viewed as much that Black Ops 6 came out. So I decided to jump on that. I saw the opportunity and I took it. I was jumping on the bandwagon, I will be honest, I was jumping on the bandwagon with it, and it just didn't do well at all. There were probably a couple of shorts that did quite well. I was hoping that maybe doing a single-player campaign playthrough and and some multiplayer stuff would be well received, but it just wasn't. It didn't do very well at all. As of right now, which is the 12th, it's the 9th of December, I believe my most recent campaign playthrough episode, which was over an hour long, I believe that episode still has 0 views. I haven't double checked, but I'm pretty sure the last time I checked was about a week or two ago, and it's on 0. So yeah, it wasn't well received. Now, don't get me wrong, I was aware of this. I was aware that this would probably happen, because with a Call of Duty franchise being so massive and having so many content creators and streamers and people interested in playing it, I knew that there were going to be, all the interest from viewers was going to be on the bigger channels, on the people who were focusing on it, and the people who were good at these types of things and not an absolute amateur at YouTube like I am. So I wasn't expecting it to shoot me into stardom, but I was certainly expecting it to do better than it did. So yeah, I was a bit disappointed by it, and it really did kind of kill a lot of my motivation for the work that I have been doing. And yeah, I was feeling a bit, not depressed, but I was feeling a bit down about it. And I remember, I think it was a few weeks back, I was having a long conversation with a friend, quite late into the evening. We were just kind of talking about life and things in general, and I was talking to him about YouTube and how I was getting quite disappointed with how much it had slowed down and how I was almost losing subs instead of gaining them and stuff like that. And he basically recommended, or he said to me, what you should do really is that, you know, you've tried branching out and trying new things, it hasn't worked, so what you should do now is take a step back and refocus onto the things that were working and the stuff that you are enjoying playing, which was Valheim. So, yeah, over the past few weeks I've been refocusing and focusing mainly on Valheim content, continuing with the playthrough, trying to speed up. We also did the most recent update, which was the Bog Witch update. We did a kind of a short video on that as well. And yeah, I've been enjoying it, and I've kind of repurposed myself. I've regained that focus and that motivation, so yeah, quite happy with that. Now, this leads us perfectly onto the next part of the video, or the update, which is the announcement that I have for everyone. Now, I've been waiting for this game for quite a while. I will be honest, I didn't keep track of it, and it took my friend who I mentioned a little bit ago. He actually mentioned to me that the game was coming out in early access very soon, and I got really excited for it because I'd heard the developers making the game. I heard them announce it years and years ago, and I was quite excited when I heard them because I absolutely loved their first game. Their first game was incredible, and me and this friend played it for a very long time. We played it for many, many years, and we loved the heck out of it because it was a really well-made and well-developed game, and we really liked what the developers were doing with it. So as soon as he told me that it was going into early access soon, I was very, very excited, and I knew, as soon as he said that, I knew that I was going to definitely start making content for this. And that game is Path of Exile 2, if you haven't already guessed. I absolutely religiously played Path of Exile 1. I paid, I don't even want to guess how much money I put into the microtransactions and the skins and the extra stash tabs and all that kind of stuff. I absolutely adored the heck out of the game. We went back, played it pretty much every new league and new season that they did with all the new content they brought in, all the extra mechanics. We loved the way it worked, and like most people, when I first saw the passive skill tree for Path of Exile 1, I had that kind of out-of-body experience as to how insanely massive the tree was, but I almost looked at it with a sense of wonder and excitement because of all the possibilities that it had. I loved the idea that even though you could start a game as a specific class, so you could start as a witch or a marauder, a Templar, you could pretty much make any build you wanted. If you wanted to be a sneaky assassin who also summons skeletons, you can do that. It was definitely doable. Might not be the most effective and the best build out there, but you could definitely do it. And yeah, I have very, very fond memories of playing that game late into the evening and playing some of their multiplayer content, which was stuff like races at the start of a league, so who could get through the first couple of acts as quickly as possible, stuff like that. It was an insanely good game, and yeah, I kind of want to split my focus a little bit. We are going to continue with the Valheim playthrough. I have heard whisperings in the grapevine that they are working on the next big update for Valheim, which is going to be the kind of frozen wastes at the northern part of the map. So I am going to split my focus, but I'm going to continue working on the Valheim playthrough because we desperately need to get to the Ashlands, which is the current update, because I don't want to be continuing on the playthrough and not being at the Ashlands before this new update comes. Not sure how long away it is. They haven't really said anything about how far it is in development, so could be several months or it could be several weeks. I have no idea, but I'm going to keep a close eye on that and keep watching the updates for them. But I also want to start making some content for Path of Exile 2. Now, Path of Exile 2 did release into early access on the 6th, which was Friday. I decided, instead of recording content straight away, and I've also decided that I'm not going to do a full playthrough of the game. I don't think that style of content will work for a game like Path of Exile. I think, because for those of you who don't know, Path of Exile is very similar to Diablo. It's kind of that action RPG, I don't even know what type of genre you'd call it, kind of that bird's eye view look of your character. Very similar to Diablo. I don't like describing the two in the same sentence, but yeah, it's very similar to Diablo. If you've seen what the Diablo game is like, you'll know roughly a little bit about how Path of Exile is played and what type of game it is. So I don't think doing a playthrough for a game like that is going to be very effective. I don't think it's going to be the best type of content that I can make for Path of Exile. So what I'm thinking of doing instead is we'll probably do some videos that are going to be, here's a build guide of a particular build that I'm using, here's some boss showcase videos, here's all the bosses from Act 1, here's Act 2, stuff like that, so to speak, and then any updates and stuff like that they decide to bring out for it. Now, I am going to try and put even more attention, even more effort into the channel with this, so that I can still be working on the Valheim content and releasing those videos weekly, but then also trying to put as much effort into the Path of Exile content as well. But it will also make it quite easy for me, because unlike previous games where I've pretty much just had to be recording every single time I've been playing it, with the way I'm going to be doing this one, with say doing a build guide or doing a boss showcase and stuff like that, I don't have to be recording all the time. I can basically just get to a point where there's a boss, or I know there's a boss coming up, and say, right, we'll start recording here, record that 5-10 minute fight, stop the recording, and then I can almost start working on it straight away and make it into a video. So it's something that'll be very... hoping it will be very easy to make content for it, but I don't really know how it's going to go yet, because this is a new thing for me. I'm still quite new to YouTube. We've been going for, what, about 10 months now, roughly? We're reaching the 10-month mark. And I've kind of fallen into that kind of commentary-style playthrough of content. And I did do a few tactics and guide-style videos in the past, and they did take a very long time to edit and to upload, but I'm quite excited for trying this. I think it will be a much better form of content for it. But for anyone that is interested, if you do have suggestions for what you'd like to see, or if you think that you'd enjoy watching a playthrough, then please feel free to let me know down in the comments. Please feel free to get in touch in any way you can, any way you want to, and just let me know what you feel like would be a good thing or something that you'd want to see, and I'll definitely start thinking about potentially doing something like that. But yeah, that is basically the future of the channel so far, is that we're going to continue making the episodes for the Valheim playthrough. We're going to try and get out as much as possible. I want to try and do at least 2 or 3 episodes a week for it, so that we can catch up to where we're supposed to be right now, which is the Ashlands, before they bring out the next big update. And then we're obviously going to start working on the Path of Exile 2 content as well, which I'm really, really looking forward to. So yeah, that's the future of the channel. Apologies, I'm a little bit gassy today. So yeah, that's the future of the channel and what's going to be happening over the next few months. I certainly hope you're all looking forward to it. I'm definitely looking forward to making content like that, and potentially maybe even streaming it upon release. Early access will be going for about 6 months, so I've heard. So hopefully I will be also moving house in about 6 months' time as well, so this is all lining up pretty neatly. Hopefully when I've moved into my new living situation, and if it's a decent enough area to record and to stream, I might actually start streaming the playthrough as well when it full releases, rather than doing it now. But yeah, that's what we're planning for the future. So, hope you've all enjoyed this video. It's just a quick update for you, and I shall catch you in any future ones. Bye everybody.